there, folks. It's Jimmy Stewart here, hoping this is finding you all doing well. Today's video, I didn't anticipate this, to be honest with you. It's the new year, and I know I said in my last video that we're going to try to change things up a little bit and have you not just do guitar reviews, but this is going to be, as you can tell here, empty stand. You should all know what that means, correct? It's New Guitar Day, and this is an interesting story on this one because I had been looking around for this particular type of guitar, model of guitar, for a couple of years, to be very honest with you, since around 2020, to be honest, and just have not had the opportunity to pick one up until now. So I actually got a hold of Musician's Friend. I was on there looking at some stuff. You know that can be dangerous anytime you're on Guitar Fetish or Musician's Friend or Z Sounds or Guitar Center or any of those places that sell stuff. As I've always said, if it's on sale, that's right. However, this particular guitar was not, but it was in stock, and that within itself is something amazing because they really came out with these around 2020, and they just sold out like hotcakes and never got replenished. Supposedly a limited run they were supposed to be, or a one-time run, but they became so popular that those folks that manufacture the guitar, and I'm not going to release it yet, decided to do it again for 2021. But even then, in 2021, folks, I could not find one anywhere that was in stock. So I finally found one. As I was saying, I got a hold of Musician's Friend, and lo and behold, because I check every couple of weeks, lo and behold, there was one, and it said in stock and ready to ship, and I almost freaked out. It wasn't on sale. So I called Musician's Friend, and I used to do a lot of business with them. Haven't done much recently, but I used to buy a lot of stuff in Musician's Friend. And so I called them up, and a very nice lady named Lucy took care of me. And I asked her if I could get the same kind of pricing. They were advertising members only pricing on another guitar that was similar to this, same series, but a different style guitar. And she said that she couldn't do that, which was kind of a shame. But it doesn't hurt to ask. But she did give me a 10% discount, which was very nice, and that saved me some money. So it was on sale. So I decided to buy it. That's right. And honestly, I've been looking for one of these for a long time, and to get some money off of it, which was great, without just paying full retail. So let's roll some B-roll of this guitar coming in, and I'll explain to you why it's such an incredible story. But I would talk to Lucy. They had the one in stock. They said they would send it right out to me. Everything was good. I got a receipt back, an email saying it was on its way. And then the next day, this was last week, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday last week, I got an email saying that they couldn't locate one until they finally found one at Guitar Center. So, most of us know that Musician's Friend and Guitar Center kind of have become one in the same. Back in the early 2000s, I think Guitar Center bought Musician's Friend. But Guitar Center has always maintained their own operation, their own warehousing, their retail stores and things like that. Musician's Friend was strictly an online musical instrument supplier, and they had their own warehousing, and but they're both owned by the same company now. So I guess, and I didn't realize this, that if Musician Friend advertises something and they can't locate it, or they find that they didn't have it in stock, they can go and have it sent from Guitar Center. So that's what they did. I got an email from the manager of Guitar Center saying that they had one and they'd send it to me. The only thing is they didn't have the original boxing for it. And I said, that's fine, not an issue. So that was the deal. So it was supposed to be here on Friday, and then Friday came, and along on Friday came a big snowstorm, ice storm, all that kind of good stuff. So I got an email on Friday saying it was delayed due to weather. So they said they'd send me an update on a delivery date as soon as possible. So I was out of town and visiting my son, and we got an email. I got an email saying it would be delivered on Monday, which was this Monday. And unfortunately, Monday, the weather wasn't any better. We had another ice storm with freezing rain, maybe an inch or so more of snow. And I didn't expect to get the guitar. And lo and behold, they did deliver it. Again, I wasn't here. They delivered it, but they couldn't get in our driveway because of the ice. So they left it down by my mailbox, which is a long ways from the house. You got to travel through the woods. You know, it's like going to grandmom's house, over the hill and through the dale. So at that point, I got a note saying it was delivered, but I couldn't see anywhere around where the guitar was. So I called my father-in-law, who lives next to me, and his wife came up and decided to take a look for it because, again, it was 4 degrees outside and I didn't want to leave it outside. We weren't getting back until yesterday. Long story short, we found the guitar out by the mailbox in the woods, leaning against a tree, and we brought it. She brought it in for me and locked it up in the house. And so today I opened it up, and now we'll roll that B-roll, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Here's the B-roll opening. All right, so we got a little B-roll going on here. And as you can see, it's new guitar day here in the studio. And I even got all the big guns from the channel out to do the box opening today. You got David Leatherman. You got this fan favorite Susie Q. And we got Sir, I don't get to open up a lot. Yes, indeed. He's there too. So we're going to use all 3 to do today's box opening. And as you can see, this is from the folks at Guitar Center. And there's a long story with this, but we're going to use David to cut along here. And we'll use Susie Q. That's a knife there, folks. And even, Sir, I don't get to cut a lot. That's a knife. Woohoo! This is always difficult to do, folks, when you're holding the camera with one hand and cutting with the other. There we go. Again, as I always say, as long as you're a trained professional, you can do this. But I do not recommend doing this at home, okay? Yeah. Especially with one hand. I got to get this into the sheath. Put David away. And put Susie away. Okay, everything's safely stored. I don't think this is in correctly, but it's all right for now. And there we go. All right, so this was delayed last Friday till Monday because of the snowstorm and all that good stuff. And it looks like they packed it well. And like I said, there's a good story on this that I will tell you once we get this opened up. Woohoo! Yes, indeed. let's get that out and we'll continue from there. Okay? It's not what you think. So you saw that little opening segment here, and we have the empty guitar stand. And what I am talking about today, folks, is this guy right here. Yes, I know, it's another Telecaster, and I said I wasn't going to do that. However, it's not just a Telecaster. No, contraire, it's not. This is the Paranormal series by Squier, and this is the Cabronita Telecaster Baritone. Yes, a baritone. I've wanted a baritone for a long, long time. One of the only guitars I didn't have in my arsenal, that style of guitar anyway. And I always thought a baritone would be very, very cool to have. I've never owned one. So I was looking around. I was looking at Dan Electros. I was looking at the Gretsch Jet. I was looking at the new PRS has one out as well. And again, looking for them and trying to find them is nearly impossible. The Danos are right around $600. The PRS is around $800. The Gretsch, I think, is around $600 or $700, and this one comes in still in that, in that Fender Squier Classic Vibe series, Contemporary series, the Paranormal series. They're running around $4.5 in that market range. And again, this has been sold out when it first came out in 2020. I haven't been able to see one. There's not been any in stock that I've been able to find anywhere online. Until I grabbed this. And this is the Cabronita Telecaster Baritone in the Paranormal series. So this isn't a Telecaster body, but different from a Telecaster in that, you don't see the normal control panel here like you would on a standard Telecaster. The pickguard has all been brought down to this small size here. And of course, this is the big issue for me. This has got the dual Fender Alnico P90s in it, which for me, I want that spark. I want that little bit of grab. I'm not a big fan of the humbuckers, which is what is in the Gretsch and what is in the PRS. The Dano has the lipstick pickups in it, which is what I was looking at as well, because there's a single coils. But these are the nice Fender Alnico single coils, the P90s consider. And this has got the string through body, which I really, really liked, with the 6 saddles. Just a wonderful guitar. This came out of the box perfecto, folks. I take back everything I was saying last year about the Squier series, and that's why when I bought my Squier CV Jazzmaster, the 60s Jazzmaster, I titled it, I Swear I'd Never Buy One. And then after I bought it, I became converted, because that guitar is absolutely wonderful. It took some work for me to get it to where I like it, and I kind of knew that going in. The Jaguar came in. That's the Contemporary series. Just gorgeous, plays wonderful. I haven't done anything to it, and I just took this out of the box and was letting it acclimate prior to shooting this video, and I played it a little bit, and I can see that there's nothing that I'm going to have to do to this guitar right out of the box outside of tune it. And that was it. It is wonderful. The neck feels great. The frets feel great. This is strung as a baritone, and again, as a baritone, for folks that really don't know, a baritone is strung normally and tuned normally B to B, and it gives you that low end. A lot of metal players like that low end crunch, that gruffness, that Black Sabbath type of sound. Country players back in the day using that tick-tock type sound used baritones. Spaghetti Western stuff, surf stuff. I plan to use it, again, not as a everyday player, but a guitar that I can flavor some tracks with. If I'm getting called to do some studio work, this is really nice to have in your arsenal to bring along. It fits nicely. You can play bass lines on it if you wanted to, a la George Harrison, John Lennon back in the day doing the Let It Be and Abbey Road albums. They played on a Fender V6, which is very, very similar as far as how it works. But that is like sort of like 6-string bass. This is sort of a 6-string non-bass, but with that low end. Okay, so a very versatile guitar, limited but very versatile depending on how you want to use it. And I think I'd be able to use this for a lot of different things. And that's the reason why I was looking for one, and the reason why I went ahead and picked this up. I'm going to give you an up-close shot of this particular guitar. We'll do the up-close and personal video on it, and then after we're done with that, we'll do some tone checks on the Paranormal series Squier Cabronita Telecaster Baritone, the Baritone Telecaster. Let's have an up-close look. All right, so here's the up-close and personal on the new 2021 version of the Squier Paranormal Baritone, the Cabronita Telecaster in surf green. Now, some of you may already know that this was first introduced, the Paranormal series, in 2020, and the Cabronita Telecaster was only available in black, and they just sold out quickly, and nobody could get one after the initial sellout. So Squier decided to come back in 2021 with the Cabronita in two different colors, this in the surf green and the Sunburst version of this guitar. Now you see that this is in a Telecaster style, but unlike the Telecaster, you don't see a control plate down there. This is actually loaded in through a control cavity in the back, and we'll see that. You can see how they reduced the pickguard there to just a small pickguard on the horn, and obviously this has got dual P90s. These are Fender's own El Nico soap bar single coils. They're very, very cool. Single master volume and master tone control with a 3-way switch down there. This is a through the body 6-saddle bridge. The body on this is poplar. The fretboard is Indian laurel, and this has got the tall slim frets. It is a 22 fret with perloid markings up the neck, and this is a 27 scale, again a baritone 27 scale with a solid maple neck. It is a synthetic bone nut on the top with your standard cool Tele headstock. This has got vintage tuners, as you can see, which is a nice touch as well. And the neck on this is just wonderful. 1.650 at the nut, which is 41.91, somewhere around there, almost a 42 millimeter. Just a really cool guitar. In this Paranormal series from Squier, I can show you the back of this neck. Is just lovely. That solid maple neck with a wonderful heel pocket, absolutely perfect. This guitar is absolutely stunning in how it plays and how it feels. There's your back of your headstock. There's those vintage Fender tuners. Here's the back of the guitar. As you can see, your control cavity there for your tone and volume controls and pots, and then you get your 6 string through. And a nice Fender surf green. There's your heel pocket, just beautiful. Look at the graining in that neck. Just lovely. Again, the guitar comes in at just under 8 pounds in weight, so comfortable, standard Tele weight. Around 7 pounds, 10 ounces, somewhere around there. I'll do an up close and do an actual scale weight and show you. But that's the guitar, and again, the fretboard and frets of this are great. There is no sprouting. There is no sharp edges. The fretboard actually feels like slightly rolled. This is a slim C shape, and the fretboard feels very, very comfortable. And this is strung with 14 to 68s on it. And again, it's a baritone, so it's tuned B to B. That lowrider sound that you've heard on many records and figured How is he doing that? Or how is she doing that? So there is the up close and personal on the Squier Paranormal series Baritone Cabronita Telecaster with the dual P90s in it in surf green from the good folks at Fender and Squier. Okay, hope you enjoyed the up close look at the Baritone Telecaster here, the Cabronita from Squier. I'm going to go ahead. I just tuned this up briefly. It was almost in tune, to be honest with you, and I'm going to show you some of the configuration here. This is in the neck position. And in the middle, and in the bridge. Hopefully you can tell the difference in how a lower tuned guitar like this, like the baritone, will sound in those open chords. It's just... So, hope you enjoyed some of the sounds I was trying to give you. I was trying to give you as much of the different aspects of this guitar and how it sounds in different settings. And I got to tell you folks, I don't know why I waited so long to pick up a baritone. Just, especially on this particular guitar, it's just wonderful. Perhaps I am glad I waited, because I wouldn't have been able to get this particular guitar until this past year. So highly recommended if you're looking at a baritone. This is really a wonderful guitar. It came out of the box absolutely perfect. Squier has really jumped up on their game, I think, in the recent years. All three of these Squiers that I've gotten in the last year have been wonderful. The CV series, the Classic Vibe, the Contemporary series with the Jaguar, and now with the Paranormal series on this particular guitar. Now I did, this is actually the next day, folks, because I was editing the video and realized it was running way too long, and it's long enough as it is, so I'm cutting it here, and perhaps part 2 of it I'll put out if you'd like to hear it. When I was doing that little blues jam there, I realized I played that for about an hour and a half, doing almost every patch and every type of effect I have on my board down here, just to go through and see what it sounded like. But obviously I can't include all of that in this, so maybe I'll do part 2, baritone blues. That little blues section that you heard on this part, again, I played for quite a long time because I was having so much fun playing this thing. So maybe I'll put that out as baritone blues on the second part of this particular guitar review. So I'm going to leave it at that for today, folks. I know we're running along here, but I appreciate you all sticking around. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you stopping in. For all the subscribers, we hit 3,000 subscribers this week. Thank you all so much. Let's get on to 4 and 5, and as we climb up the ladder here. For a little small channel like mine, I do appreciate it. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, though, folks, come on over to the good side. Would love to have you on board here on the channel. So until next time, folks, it's Jimmy Stewart saying so long. Take care of yourselves. Please stay safe. Please stay healthy. And we'll talk to you all again very, very soon. Baritone Blues, Part 2. Bye-bye for now.